Welcome back to Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Today I'm going to start my HIT high intensity training series. Stay tuned. I'll start off by saying that this is not Arthur Jones, Mike Mintzer's, Ellington Darden's, or Dorian Yates' version of HIT. This is my version of HIT and what I enjoy doing and what's working for me at the moment. I can tell it's working because the scale is going up, I'm beating the logbook, my clothes are fitting tighter, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. Also, I think it's important to show some of this equipment in action. Having a review for it is one thing, but actually seeing it being used with heavy weight and in a real workout setting, I think is helpful for anyone who's considering buying any one of these pieces. Today is a lower body day, hamstring and glute emphasis, and I've already done the McGill Big 3, and now I'm just doing a couple of light sets of leg extensions and leg curls to prep me for heading over to the Squatmax MD. Today I'm using the transformer pin, and what's nice about this is that it changes the moment arm of the belt squat, so instead of the weight being directly below me, the weight is actually a little bit behind me. My warm-up set is just with the red bands. Next, I'm just doing a couple of ascending warm-up sets, nothing too heavy and not many reps. This is just to further warm up all of the muscles involved in this exercise. And I cannot tell you how good the Squatmax MD feels and how effective it feels. Here is my one and only set for the Squatmax MD. I have 5 45s on here, 5 2.5s, and then the bands. I also have the seat on now. Last time I got 13, so my goal is to beat that. I have gone up just 2.5 pounds. With these work sets, I've dropped the volume so you don't have to hear all the grunting and groaning. My return to HIT training was really driven by my recent shoulder injury. I wanted to continue training, but I needed a relatively low volume program and I wanted a high degree of intensity. Also, Mike Mintzer was a big proponent of the pre-exhaust technique, and by doing an isolation exercise prior to a compound exercise for the same muscle group, I don't need to go as heavy on the compound exercise. I am not saying this is the most effective training program, but I love it. Also, I don't enjoy high volume training. It's too hard on my joints, I get burned out too quickly, and there is too much downtime between sets of the same exercise. My brain wanders too much if I am waiting 2 to 3 minutes between sets. Okay, so I've tied. I've got more. I have a review for every piece of equipment that I am using if you want any more info about it, and I have a couple of gym tours if you want to see how this gym has evolved over the years. That was tough. Next, I'm just doing one warm-up set on the compact leg sled, and then I'll head over to the leg curl and then immediately come back to the Powertec Compact Leg Sled with more weight. So that's kind of like a superset, basically a pre-exhaust on the leg curl, just so that I don't have to do so much weight on the compact leg sled. You can still hear the scraping that I've talked about in some of my reviews, but it has gotten better since I sprayed the guide rods with silicone spray. Now it's time for my combo set. Last time I did the Powertec leg curl, I had 65 pounds on there and I did it 15 times. Today I have 67.5 pounds on there and hopefully getting it more than 15. And on the compact leg sled, last time I had 10 45s and 2 25s and I did it 13 times. Today I've gone up a 10 on each side. So hopefully I beat 13 on the compact leg sled and 15 on the leg curl. Let's see how it goes. And these are back to back, no rest between the two. I enjoy training with high intensity. I don't like feeling that I am not putting forth 100% effort. Most of my training, 10 plus years actually, was DC training, which in my opinion is a form of HIT training as it is low volume, high frequency, and high intensity. I really enjoy HIT training, and enjoyment is the most important factor for exercise adherence. When I wake up in the morning before it's actually time to get out of bed, I have a hard time going back to sleep because I look so forward to training first thing in the morning. During my shoulder injury, I started reading and rereading all of the literature I could find by Arthur Jones, Mike Mintzer, Ellington Darden, and Dorian Yates. I find the philosophy behind HIT training pretty fascinating, and it makes sense to me. However, the biggest area I deviate from with other HIT practitioners is frequency of training. Mincer recommended training once every 4 to 7 to even 14 days, but I don't think Mincer took into account how important training is for mental and emotional health. Now immediately over to the leg sled. I beat the logbook on that, so I'm happy. Here we go. Again, 20 pounds heavier. I had to censor this part because I said a few choice words after the compact leg sled was banging into the lever squat. It takes a lot to get worked up for these sets, so something like this is exhausting. That might have messed up this set. I had to move the lever squat, but now I'm right back at it. I'll start back at 0, even though I got like 6 before I moved the lever squat. This is going to be at least a 6-part series, as I have 6 different workouts that comprise this push-pull legs program. 1 push day is chest emphasis, 1 push day is shoulder emphasis, 1 pull day is lat emphasis, 1 pull day is upper back emphasis, 1 leg day is quad emphasis, and 1 leg day is a ham and glute emphasis. I don't train on set days. If I feel I need a rest day, I take it. If I wake up and I feel great, I train. So there is some degree of auto-regulation to what I do. I train fasted, which is likely not ideal for everyone, but it's what works for me. However, I do have some form of pre-workout, which contains amino acids. Immediately after my workout, I have a protein drink, and then about an hour to an hour and a half later, I have a second protein drink, but in the second one, I have quite a bit of carbohydrate and a minimal amount of fat. So that was good. I beat the logbook, even though I had to start over, but I'm happy with that. I'm moving on to the hip thrust on the Squatmax MD, and this is so much easier than trying to do this with a barbell. A lot easier to load, and you'll notice that I have a vice grip right here, which just helps me reach that handle. Last time I got 15 repetitions. Today I've gone up 15 pounds, so hopefully I'll hit 15 repetitions again. While watching this set, I can see that I need to elevate the back pad and the seat where I place my feet so that the plates don't hit my heels. By making this adjustment, I'll also be able to improve my range of motion. The hip thrust add-on is a great addition to the Squatmax MD, and it's a lot less expensive than buying a standalone hip thrust machine. Whew! Ah! Ow, it burns so bad in the hamstrings. Moving on to the abduction machine. Just 1 warm-up set here. Last time I got 140 16 times. Today I have it at 150. My one and only set for this exercise. As with all of the exercises for that matter. In his book Heavy Duty 2, Mike Mincer had some workouts lasting about 10 minutes. For me, I enjoy training too much to only have a 10-minute workout. On the other hand, anything over an hour seems to be counterproductive for intensity, recovery, and focus. While I really like this machine, I mainly got it for the adduction exercise, which I perform on my quad emphasis day. "16 range of motion wasn't all that great, but I'm happy with that. My next exercise is a hip extension. Just 1 warm-up set with the black band. And I'm driving my hips into the pads. I don't want to make this a lower back exercise. I want to make this a hamstring and glute exercise. Last time I did 35 in a black band 15 times. Today, 45 in a black band. There are some HIT and super slow rep speed advocates who recommend 4 seconds up and 4 seconds down or even 10 seconds up and 10 seconds down, in my experience, whenever the reps move that slowly, the weight has to be dropped so low to get 6 to 12 reps that I never saw good results. Also, counting rep speed is mentally taxing, and I feel that it makes training far from enjoyable. So for me, I just try to control the weight during the concentric and eccentric portions of each repetition. This is the Powertec Hyper Crunch bench. It can be used as a 45-degree hip extension bench, a horizontal hip extension bench for abs, but it can also be used as a GHD. Beat it by a rep. And my last exercise is the reverse hyper. Last time I was 10 pounds lighter and I got 22 repetitions. So today, hopefully I get close to 22, if not beat it. I really hope this video series is helpful to those who want to see all of this equipment in action. Again, I do have a review for everything I use, and with some machines I show a lot of hacks that may be beneficial if you have limited equipment. As for my hip routine, I am showing what I do and what is working for me. If you are a beginner watching this, what I do may not work for you. Not everyone has the same recovery ability. I think most any program will work as long as you find exercises that target the intended muscle without causing any undue joint pain. If the weight, reps, or both continue to go up without sacrificing form, I think the program, no matter what it is, will be beneficial. I think the most important thing is that you just find a program that you enjoy doing. I know there are people who say that exercise doesn't work or they don't like that exercise, but good gosh, my hamstrings and glutes are on fire right now. 27 repetitions. And that's the end of today's workout. 7 exercises, 7 work sets, and I beat the logbook on every single thing that I did, either by going up in weight, reps, or both. So I would say that today is a very productive workout, and you probably noticed that I didn't take everything way beyond failure like a lot of the HIT advocates recommend, just simply so I can train more frequently. I hope you found this video helpful. If so, please consider liking and subscribing to this channel. You can find me on Instagram at Home Gym Hacks and Reviews. Also, if any of my videos or reviews have helped you, please consider using one of my affiliate links in the description of this video. Some of those links can actually save you some money. And remember, if your equipment lacks, I got the hacks. Take care, everyone.